I don't get it. I, how's it going, everybody? I am the Texas Man. I hope you guys are all having an amazing day. Make sure you guys subscribe and you guys hit that bell notification button if you guys have not already. And then we are going to be talking about a movie that I just saw a few days ago. Cats. oh, oh, I don't, I I am just beyond blown away that this movie exists. Okay, I'm. There are just some things that should not be turned into a film. I went into this movie with zero expectations. I've done a trailer reaction for this. I don't know if it's still up because of all the new YouTube copyright things. Um, but I saw the trailer and I'm just like, I understand and I enjoy musicals. There are just some things that should stay as a musical, as a Broadway performance. There are some things that does not need to be translated into film. This is one of those things. Now, I have talked to a good amount of people, and this film is split. There are many people that agree with me on a lot of things I'm going to talk about, and there are a lot of people that are going to disagree with me about these types of things because they're like, I've always wanted to see Cats, the Broadway musical, and I haven't had the chance to see it, the Broadway musical, so I'm happy that I got to at least enjoy this cultural phenomenon and see it on the big screen and see the musical that way. Fine. You enjoyed it. I can't stand this film. This has got to be one of the worst films I have seen my entire life. This is in the top 5 of worst films I have ever seen in my entire life. I can't stand this film for the life of me. Now, if you enjoyed it, congratulations. I don't know how you enjoyed it other than it's a musical. And I've had people tell me, like, it's a musical and you didn't like it because it was a musical. Wrong. I love musicals. Love musicals. My all-time favorite musical film ever, and nothing has ever come close to beating this, is The Sound of Music. Because at least with The Sound of Music, the musical numbers that are in that film, they're amazingly well choreographed for the dancing, the singing, and it pushes along the story or gives you backstory into a character. And the actors and the actresses that they chose for those roles were phenomenal. And they were doing it not only for a paycheck, but they were doing it because they had soul and passion put into that type of project. This is a Broadway musical that should have stayed Broadway musical, and that they translated it into a film because they're like, oh, this musical has made $4 billion, and let's, milk this type of phenomenon that's going on right now, I guess, and make a dirt load of money on it because people love cats. So let's make a cat movie. No, I just flat out no. Um, Before we get into this video, I'm going to tell you for a fact, I have a lot of negative things I want to say about this film, but I shrunk it down to one page. I just, I can't. I just don't. Oh. I would like to know what you guys thought of this movie. Have you seen it? Do you even plan to see it? Do you guys agree or disagree with everything I'm about to say? I really am an open-minded person. I enjoy everyone's opinion, and I enjoy listening to people's opinion, even if they are 100% against what I think about a film. I still value your opinion, so please keep that in mind. because I know for a fact a lot of people are going to be like, wow, you just are talking trash about this movie. I went in this movie seeing the trailer thinking that it was not going to be good. I saw a bunch of people that are other critics, like the Angry Joe Show and some other YouTubers that I've watched do their reviews on it, and they're all like, this is garbage. They were giving it, ones, twos, threes, fours. Some were giving it fives, but nothing higher. And I'm just like, really? Everyone's in agreement that this film was bad? Were they all drunk? Were they all high? Did they miss something important that would have raised it a couple points and made it more enjoyable? There must be something wrong, right? This film can't be all that bad. So I went and saw it for free, and good thing I did. I was hoping that even though everyone said it was bad, I was going in hoping I was going to get blown away, that there was something that they all missed. No. So we're going to talk about everything negative and then talk about a couple positives and give you guys my final review score. First of all, this film has some of the worst CGI I've ever seen. I even waited after the reviews, and I even waited for the upgraded CGI edition to come out to the theater. So when I saw this film, they had already upgraded all the CGI to hopefully make the film better. I don't know what they upgraded CGI-wise, but it didn't help. Whatever they upgraded, it didn't matter because this film CGI was still crap for the whole almost 2 hours that this film was. I don't understand why some cats in this film were wearing shoes, some were barefoot, and some cats even had human-like feet. That's just how bad the CGI was. You could tell the cats' feet were human-like. Even some of the cats had obvious crappy CGI, trying to not hide the fact that these cats have human-like noses. They have hands and fingernails of that of a hand instead of a cat, and so much more. I didn't like the fact that the cats were constantly, especially in the beginning, like 30 to 45 minutes of this film, the cats were scratching themselves in places that I'm just like, why? This is PG. Why are you putting this in a PG-13? The cats were literally scratching themselves all in places that I am not going to list in this review, but I'm just like, kids were behind me, a couple rows behind me, and they were like, ugh, what is this? And what is that? And, their mom and dad were like, oh, please close your eyes. And I'm like, I'm closing my eyes. I can't watch this. I don't know why they did that. Taylor Swift is in this film, and she's singing and being on the evil side with this mind control catnip. This movie's so bad, it's hilarious. She has a container of catnip, and she's putting it on all the angelical cats, and it's mind control catnip. I'm just like, this is so lame and boring and funny all at once. It was so bad. Also, the cats, and you can go on the internet and read all these types of reviews and interviews and all that stuff. The cats themselves, all the actors and actresses, they're walking around and doing all this sniffing and scratching and staring and twitching their tails. It's like all the cats wanted to bang each other constantly in this film. I'm sorry, it's so bad, it's hilarious. It's like all the cats were in heat for 2 hours. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. This film was so bad, it's funny. Also, at the end of the film, I know I'm skipping around, but at the end of the film, the head cat of the Angelicals, she ends up breaking the fourth wall, and she ends up telling the audience that, this is how you should treat cats, and cats aren't dogs, and you should bow to cats because cats are royal human beings, and cats are basically gods. And I'm like, if you don't know how to treat a cat, you probably shouldn't have a cat. And yeah, I'm pretty sure most people with a brain on their shoulder know that cats and dogs are two separate things. It just this film proved that Broadway musicals should not be put into film. Leave what works in that type of format there. This film should not have been made. I'm all for the Cats being a Broadway musical. I have actually watched it online and I thought it was phenomenal. This film was just bad. So I'm grading Cats, the movie. Let me make sure I'm clear of that before I continue. I'm grading Cats, the movie. I am not grading Cats, the Broadway musical. I think Cats, the Broadway musical, although there are some small problems with it, I think it's a good musical, a good Broadway performance. The way they translated it from that into film, bad. Moving on. Also, I don't understand why everyone in this film had to have a musical number to explain their backstory, say who they are, and then they're basically gone for the whole film. Like the head honcho of the garbage area, he explains his backstory, his future goals and hopes, and they say their name and everything, and they're just like, goodbye, I'm gone. Some things happen in this film that are so dumb that me and the other 7 people that were in the theater were laughing. And me and everyone else, including kids, some elderly women and parents and whatnot, we eventually all fell asleep. Like I got like halfway through it and I took a 5-minute nap. I'm like, I'm still listening and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna take a 5-minute nap and I'm gonna hope that something does not happen of importance. And I took a 5-minute nap and I set my watch and I'm looking at my watch. I'm like, yeah, nothing happened. That was all of that importance. And I was constantly, when a film is really bad and you're constantly checking your watch to see what time it is, you know that it's a bad movie. I didn't care about the plot, and I didn't care about the cats. I didn't care that the plot was basically only one cat gets to go to heaven once a year, and based on your singing vocals, that determines which one of these cats goes to heaven. So apparently only one cat can go to heaven once a year, but all dogs can go to heaven all at once. I can see this film being a cult-like film, and people that really are into cats will enjoy this with blinders on. Honestly, if I ever, for whatever reason, decide to ever watch this film again, I'm going to need to be drunk and high at the same time. I did not care if the cats lived or died, and I didn't care about their motives or the lack thereof. Many of the cats, like I just said, they sing and then they disappear for the rest of the film. The villain, the villain and his motives were so dumb and boring. It's like he's a magic cat and he's got everything that he wants in life, but I guess it's not good enough because he wants to die, ascend to heaven, and be reincarnated. Honestly, you should be awarded $1 million for watching this film from start to finish without any alcohol, without any type of highness going on. I just, within the first 5 minutes, I was like, okay, this movie's going to be bad. Just bad. There's numerous cat puns in this film. One of them is like, what's the matter? Cat got your tongue? And I'm just like, this film was littered with them. No pun intended. Just, I cannot. They also made many famous actors, actresses, famous singers, and celebrities waste their time. The casting for this film was bad. They wasted so much talent. This film also made me appreciate a lot of older musical films, especially The Sound of Music. I appreciate The Sound of Music so much more now that this film has actually come out and it exists. This as a musical was bad. I also felt like this film was a bunch of random musical scores and dance numbers all meshed together. It's like they brought in, and I'm sorry for not knowing this person's name, but they brought in the actor that played Gandalf in The Lord of the Rings and Magneto in some of the X-Men movies. They brought in that actor, and it's like they told him, we need you to do this musical number, and then that is it. Literally, he does a musical number. This actor does a musical number in this film, and then he's gone. And it's almost as if, though, they didn't tell him anything else about the film. Like, we just need you to do this one musical number for this film for us, please, and we'll pay you this amount of money. And he did it probably just for a paycheck. He's like, whatever, it's money in my pocket. Yeah. I could go on and on, guys, about numerous things that I hate about this movie. Those are the major things that I just honestly hated. For positives, I thought some of the musical numbers were actually good. Like I said, I've seen the Broadway musical, and I enjoyed that. So there are some musical numbers in the film that I thought were really good, and I enjoyed. Another positive is the railroad cat that did the tap dancing. I loved the tap dancing cat scene. I thought that was really well done. I loved it. I have a big appreciation for people that are able to do that type of tap dancing. I think it's a really amazing skill to have. It's a talent. It requires a lot of energy and time and passion put into just doing that. And so I appreciate people that have the ability to do that. And because I know for a fact that was a human being doing that, I give a lot of praise for them doing so in this film. And that is it for positive, guys. Those two things. Altogether, I'm going to have to give Cats 2019 a 1 out of 10. Reading in the live chat. Hi, Crunchy. You actually wasted your time watching that shit. Yeah, I did. And I go see this movie if you want to see it for yourselves. If you guys don't agree with everything I'm saying and you're like, oh, you're just blowing steam out your butt, and oh, you must be talking garbage about this movie, it can't all be that bad. I didn't think so either. I saw it for free, and it did not impress me. Yeah, there was actually other people that went and saw it with, that were actually, there was other people that were in the theater with me that saw it. This film is PG, and what's even worse is it came out the exact same night as Star Wars 9, The Rise of Skywalker, which did not help it. I feel like maybe if this movie came out in like mid or late January or February, maybe more people would go see it. Because right now everyone is like, Star Wars, Star Wars, Star Wars, Rise of Skywalker, Mandalorian, Frozen 2. No one right now at all is talking about or excited to see the film Cats. My mom wants to go see Cats, but right now she has been in Frozen 2 and into Star Wars for the past month and a half. And she's like, I'm not excited to see Cats right now. I'm excited for those other two things, and I've got other stuff going on in my life. And she's like, I'll go see Cats later. And the problem is that when people are excited for one or two things and they see it, they're probably going to forget about that other thing that they say, oh, I'll go see later, and it never happens. So other people have seen it. Like I said, Crunchy, there was like 7 other people with me. It was like 2 older women that were sitting next to me, and there was a couple kids and their parents. And that was it. It was the theater I was in was able, the theater room was able to hold like about 75 people on average, I could tell. And yeah, there's only like 7 to 8 of us, and it's just like no one cared. So I went and saw it for free with my rewards program. I'm just like, I can't say I'm ever going to want to see this film again. Yeah. So let me know what you guys thought. If you guys have seen Cats, do you guys plan to or not plan to see Cats? Please let me know in the comment section down below. You guys all have an amazing day, and I will see you guys all in the next video. Bye, guys.